Welcome to Section 2, Upload and Customize Data. In this section, we're going to take a look at uploading data to ArcGIS Online and the different types of data that you can upload into the platform and how easy it is to get that data directly into ArcGIS Online. And then once you have your data set in ArcGIS Online, we're going to look at how you can make that data set more valuable by enriching your data by using the platform. There are some tools in the platform you can use to actually combine it with different types of data sets available to you, so it makes it even more valuable. And once we've done all that, since we've looked at the online map viewer, we're going to go ahead and take a look at the SceneViewer, which is how you can view your data inside of a 3D environment. In this video, we're going to first take a look at how you can upload data to ArcGIS Online. In this first video, we're going to look at the types of data that you can upload. There's a whole list of different types of data you can upload depending on where the source for your data comes from. There's a lot you can do with that. And once you've uploaded that data, we're going to look at how easy it is for you to create what's called a hosted feature service inside of ArcGIS Online so that you can actually work with that data and share it. And then once you've got that service, we're going to look at the different options you have to provide tags, descriptions, and how tags are used in the platform to make it easier to find different data sets, and so on. Okay, so far we've looked at some existing items that are already in ArcGIS Online. We've been using my developer account, and I already have data that I've uploaded in here that I've created in one way or another. Now what we want to do is we want to look at how we can upload some data that we might find somewhere else, the different data sets that might be available to us. What we have here is a map from the San Francisco Chronicle that shows a list of breweries in the Northern California area. It's an interesting little map, and it's pretty neat because it's just a series of points on the map with different points of information. And this map was created by the San Francisco Chronicle to publish on their website. So they actually provide this data set as a GeoJSON file. And GeoJSON is just a data format that is standardized for geographic data. It's a very simple way to be able to share geographic information, and it's just a JSON file essentially with geometry and properties associated with it. Now, it just so happens that a GeoJSON file is one of the type of files that we can upload directly into ArcGIS Online. And there's a lot of different types of data sets that we can upload into the online platform. Some of those will include things like comma delimited files, CSV files, which essentially are just comma separated fields. We can upload, let's see if we go down here, we can upload shape files if we zip a file. A shape file is a long-standing standard format for sharing geographic data. It consists of, I think it's like 4 different files to be able to view the data set. It's an older format, but it's still a lot of shape files out there that are being shared by people. There's all these different type of packages. There's a tile package, a vector tile package you can upload. This is dealing more with static types of data. And there's a lot of different types of data sets you can upload in here directly into the online platform. You just need to look through the list. If you find something that's been shared with you that maybe you want to try and bring to the platform, you can add it in here as well. And not all of these items are necessarily items that could be viewed in a map. For example, we have these ArcGIS desktop add-in items. So these are items that you can load into the desktop application and use them. So an item inside online doesn't necessarily have to be a geographic feature that could be displayed in the map. It could be something else, depending on what it's going to be used for. So let's go and load that GeoJSON file that I've got. I'm going to click on Add Item on my content page. I'm going to go and select from my computer. And it's going to ask me to choose the file. So I'm going to go and choose the file. And I'm already in the folder I downloaded it to. It's just called breweries.geojson. No need for me to zip that up. I'll click Open. And now automatically it's going to have this checkbox here that says Publish this file as a hosted layer. And that essentially is going to take this GeoJSON file and it's going to convert it into a hosted feature service. And a feature service is a type of service in online for serving vector features, so geographic data of points, lines, or polygons. And it's going to make it much easier to work with inside of my web maps. So I'm just going to leave it with the title of breweries and a tag here. So we've just been filling out these tags very simply. I've been adding packed to my tags here so that I'm able to find the data sets that I'm using that for this course. I can also add a tag, let's see here, breweries. There we go, breweries. So now if I upload more data that has to do with breweries, I can easily search for that data set by using the tags here. I'll leave that with just the two tags for now, and I'll click on add item. So at this point, it's going to go ahead and upload that GeoJSON file into the online platform. And once it's done that, it's immediately going to go ahead and create a feature service out of that data set for me because I had that box checked. So this wasn't a very large data set. I believe it's a couple of hundred features. So it didn't take very long to create that. We can actually look at the data directly here inside of the table on the item details page. So as you can see, there are 203 features. We have a few simple fields here. We've got a website field with the URL here. We have a logo URL here, which will come in pretty handy later on, as well as an about field, the brewery name, of course, and location information. We can look at the visualization tab, take a quick look at the points on a map and how they'll appear by default when we add this item to a web map. So this is the default visualization we're going to get. And remember, we can go ahead and we can modify this and set the web map, or I can go ahead and decide that I want to change the what this is going to look like now every time I add to a map. So I'll do that real quickly here. So I'll go to number 2 here, select drawing style. I only want to show the location. Now again, a lot of this options here for the symbology have to do with tools called smart mapping, which we will look at another time. We're not going to do that right now. And let's just go down here. Just go with the shapes. That's a basic point. So we've got A to Z here. You can see we've got all these different types of symbology that we can use for our data. So I'll pick the small circle here. Fill, I'm going to go ahead and pick out, let's say, blue. For the outline, I'm going to go with a grayish color. Maybe I want to make this pop a little bit more. So let's go with the yellow. And that could look pretty interesting on some data base maps, depending on what I use. Let's just go down to shape here. Let's change the size of this. That's kind of a big point. Let's adjust this to something like a 12. Okay, that looks pretty good. And my blue's not looking so blue anymore there. I think that yellow is making it look a little green to me. Let's go with the white there. Okay. So now I'm going to save what this point's going to look like. So now every time I add, save that in the layer, I've now saved the visualization for the actual item itself. So every time I add it to a web map, this is what it's going to look like by default. Okay, perfect. Awesome. We've got this all set up. So now that I've got this here inside of my content, maybe I want to start editing some of my description a bit more. So we have this description here, and I want to go ahead and I want to provide a better description for this data. Maybe I want to say that, source came from the San Francisco Chronicle, source of data from San Francisco Chronicle, and maybe I want to provide the URL for the actual map. So I'll copy that URL here. Awesome. So I'll call it a simple data set. Breweries in the northern, if I could spell, California region. I'll just say area, but I think region's better. Now I can go ahead and I can go further here. I can start adding images. So I can give a URL to an image, give the image a description. I can provide links. So let's say I don't want to put the link in here just as plain text, but maybe I want to. Let's cut that. And let's go ahead and highlight San Francisco Chronicle here. Create a link. Paste that in there. Set. All right, perfect. Now let's go ahead and italicize that a bit more. And I think that's going to be pretty good for now. So you can see you have a full rich text editor inside the item details page to be able to edit the description for your data set. So I'll click save right here, and it's going to go ahead and save that description for me. I can leave comments on, which I will. If I make this a public service and people can comment on it, provide some feedback, I can give a brief summary about the item. So again, a summary, slightly different from description, but this will show up in some search results people use. So I will call this summary breweries in the Northern California region. It sounds very business-like, right? Okay, awesome. So that's all been saved there. I could add this to my favorites, and it's an easy way for me to find my data if I want. So okay, so now my descriptions are all set. I've gone ahead and added my summary. I've got my tag that I provided earlier, which was the packed and breweries tags that I added. They're over here. I can always edit this as well, add some more tags in there. Not sure what else I would add here. Maybe I can add let's see here, California. And the only reason I'm not going to do that is because the actual location should already provide people with an idea of where it's at. So I just have to say California. I will give credits attribution here to San Francisco Chronicle because I don't know where they got the data from, but I will assume, but just by putting San Francisco Chronicle as a credits in my case, I know where I got the data from. So I'll put that there. So okay, I think we're all set here. So we've gone ahead and edited our description, given a summary, updated our tags. We looked at the rich text editor here. Let's go ahead and dig in a little bit deeper with this data now. So in this video, we went ahead and we looked at how you can upload your own data set into ArcGIS Online. And we actually looked at the full list of all the different data that you could possibly upload in ArcGIS Online. In our case, we just upload a simple GeoJSON file. And then we looked at how you can very easily turn that uploaded data into a hosted feature service, meaning that I'll now be able to add that data set into my web maps and use them inside my maps and visualize them and everything. We looked at how we can actually provide some more descriptive information about the data that we upload by providing a better description. We provide attribution, we added our tags, we even gave it a summary so it'll show up in the search results when people look at that data set.